Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't been here before, my name is Sandra and I'm going to give you a list of all of my favorite makeup products. So I was kind of thinking and playing around with the idea of adding skincare products as well, but I realized this video would be way too long. So we're just going to stick to makeup for today, and then maybe next time we'll move on and do skincare and maybe makeup brushes, because obviously the tools you use for your makeup are very important. So I think what we're going to do is go in order of how I would apply my makeup naturally. So we're going to start with primer. And now through all of my makeup, I probably have a greater selection than most. One of these days we'll actually do a makeup tour. It's going to be very cool. Just kind of show you how I organize my makeup and where I've put everything and what products I have. But for right now, for me, it's really hard to pick just one favorite. So I'm kind of narrowing it down to two per category, only because products depend on your skin type and kind of what you're looking for, not to mention the look that you're trying to get as well. So two of my favorite primers is the Benefit Pore Filling Primer. So this is for obviously filling pores, and it gives your skin a smooth finish, and just it's very important. It doesn't really actually matter what kind of primer you use. I mean, if you do have a lot of visible pores, this one's highly recommended. But if you want to go for a more glowy look, I also recommend this one. This is the Becca Backlight filter, the priming filter, and I use it in a lot of my videos, and I just like the way it gives you a glow, and you can actually see it from underneath your foundation. So it's very pretty and very, not sparkly or anything. It's just very, like, kind of backlit from within. Like, it's just really pretty. So the next product that we would like to show is our foundation. So right now, I only have one foundation that I just totally fell in love with. I've only used it once. So, I mean, I know I used the NARS foundation in one of my videos, and I didn't love the way it applied, but again, it was because I had applied it with a brush, and sometimes different foundations will go on better with a sponge. Sometimes they'll go on better with a brush. You just have to play around with it and check it out. But I actually just received this, and I used it in a video that hopefully will already be posted for you guys before this one's posted, but it's called the Tarte Face Tape Foundation. So I've used one, I'll show you guys, very similar to this product, and I looked on the website and there's a lot of comments like, what's the difference between these two? And I haven't actually used either of them long enough to know a difference yet. This is the one I used before. It's called the Tarte Double Duty Beauty, and this is Shape Tape. So Shape Tape and Face Tape. So this one's a hydrating formula. I haven't tried the matte, but I heard a lot of terrible reviews about it, so I never even bothered. I heard it was very drying on the face. And this one I really like, and it does give you that natural skin, fresh face look. But this one, I'm wearing it right now and I love it. I applied it with a brush. I didn't even apply with a sponge, and I love the way it applied. It went on so easy. It covered, I probably have to say medium to full depending on how much you use. And I only used maybe 3-4 pumps. So, and this stuff is really nice. The shade I have here is 35N Medium Neutral, because as you know, I like a really bright concealer, and I like my foundation to be a little bit darker to match my body, and also just to make the concealer pop. And I guess I am a medium, so this is the closest to my skin that I could get. So I love this stuff, you guys. And I'm not sure if it's still on sale, but Tarte was having a sale because they were promoting it. So I think it was buy one, get one 50% off or 20% off. I'm not quite sure if they still have that sale on. So moving on to concealer, I actually have 3. And again, this is kind of depending on the look you want to go for. So the first one I'll start with, obviously, is the Tarte Double Duty Beauty Shape Tape. This stuff is amazing. Everybody raves about it. I, at first, made the mistake of buying the Tarte Creaseless Concealer, ended up returning it because it is not creaseless. It was so sticky and drying at the same time. It was really finicky and I couldn't get it to work for me. But this stuff, when I first tried it, I was like, whoa, like that's way too thick for me. It's going to make me look like I've got a lot of wrinkles. And actually, I played around with it and I love it. Like everyone, they're right. Like this stuff is amazing. And my favorite shade is light sand when I'm going for that full glam look, and I use light neutral. Today I'm using light neutral, and it gives it a little bit more, like I find if you go up a little bit to a darker shade closer to your foundation, it looks a bit more natural. The other two are actually both by Too Faced. So this one's similar to the Shape Tape from Tarte. It's called Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. Again, this is a lighter shade that I favor. This is the shade Vanilla. And it blends out. I'd have to say it blends out a little bit better than the Shape Tape. It's not as sticky, not quite as drying, but it still gives you that contoured look. If you can find a darker shade and like a brightening shade, you can use this concealer just to do all of your contouring if you wanted to. And I really like that for that. The next one is also Born This Way, but it's the Natural Radiant Concealer. So if you're looking for something a little bit less coverage, but a little bit more natural looking and a little bit glowy to go with, you know, a glowier foundation, this is really, really good to use as well. If you're going for a matte look, then I would stick with like a contouring concealer. So to set those down, my favorite powders actually, so I know I've shown a lot of Tarte and a lot of Too Faced contouring concealers. The Tarte Shape Tape setting powder works beautifully with any Shape Tape face product that I've used right now. I've actually found that those used in conjunction with another, they make my skin appear the best that I've ever seen it. So that's my preference. But the other one, and it's funny because when I first bought this, the Coty Airspun loose face powder, I hated it. And it's only because when you open it up, it has such a strong scent. And, you know, a lot of people won't find that very attractive because you're like, well, why am I putting something with such a strong scent on my face? I mean, you could be allergic to it. And I hated it and I was going to return it. But then to return it, it was going to cost more than just to keep it. So I ended up keeping it and I kept trying it and I actually fell in love with it. It applies very, very nicely and it kind of gives you the same look as the Tarte Shape Tape powder does, but it's a little bit cheaper. You can't purchase it from Walmart in Canada anymore, at least not where I'm from, but you can find it on Amazon for fairly cheap. It's about $20 and it has so much product in there, like it's not even funny. It's translucent and it says there is 65 grams. And so, I mean, compared to the sizes, like you can tell, like look how big the Coty Airspun is. And this is still a fairly good size. Like this will last you for a good year. But this stuff, like I use it almost well, at least every week. I've used it a couple times every week. So that's good. Okay, moving on. So I've actually got two palettes to show you. The first one is my contouring chisel palette, and I love this. I call it my little, like, I don't know why, but I refer to this as a girl. She's a girl. And I know that you can't see the full benefit of what it would look like if I had a new one. You know what? I'm just going to show you my new one. Hold on. Yeah, I have one. I've been saving it. I've been trying to, get away with using the contour shades in my current one, but I just need to show you what they look like. They're so pretty. Look. Isn't that gorgeous? So, this beautiful baby, yeah, it's my baby. So this one, those two brightening shades, like that yellow color, that banana shade, is perfect for under the eyes, and that's what I loved about it. I would take my damp beauty sponge and just like rub it in there and put it under the eyes, and they smell amazing. And it's kind of sad, I haven't looked recently, but you can't find this on the Sephora website anymore, but you can still find it on the Tarte website. Sephora does have it, but it's in a package called the Park Ave Princess Vault, and it's $213, but it comes with this beautiful, lovely little palette, and it comes with 2 or 3 lip glosses, a brush set for your face, and it comes with a bronzer and a sparkling eyeshadow, and they're all kind of along the same line. They're all the bronze Park Ave Princess Glow colors. So, I mean, it's very good value for your money, but if all you want is this, it's cheaper to just go on the Tarte website and grab this. So I am very happy I have a secondary, because I cried when I dropped my first one. But I use this in almost every video. I think I'm not really a cream contour gal. I really like my powder contour. So that will never, like, it'll always be a favorite. I don't think I'll ever change that. The other palette that I wanted to show you is also to do with the face, and it's the Benefit Pretty in the USA. You can also find this in Sephora, and it's just a small, cute little palette, and it has these 3 shades in it. So this is the Hoola bronzer, this is the Rockateur blush, and this is the Dandelion Twinkle highlighter. So it's a very neutral highlighter, perfect for basically any skin tone. And this blush is also, it's a mauve blush, very pretty. And of course your Hoola bronzer, which you can use for your eyes, you can use it for contouring, just an all over bronze. It's perfect, and it doesn't have any shimmer, which is also what is not absolutely necessary, but a lot of people like the matte bronze as opposed to a shimmer bronzer. So this is perfect because now you've got all 3. You don't have to like search for these separate little packages, and it's just nice to have. Okay, moving on, kind of another highlighted product, but this is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in the shade Luminous Light. I got this for Christmas, and I'm in love with it. I love it to give an all-over glow, and I'm wearing it now, and you can't even tell. Like, it doesn't look like I've got sparkle on. It's just a little bit of a glowy look, especially if you spray on a setting spray on top of it. And this is what it looks like. So with my lights, it kind of looks a little sparkly, but I swear it isn't. I can do a little swatch here on my hand for you. And you can barely tell that I've even put anything on my hand, but it gives you a nice all over glow. It's just gorgeous. So this isn't necessary, but if you can afford this, they are quite pricey. That's why I did get it for Christmas, and I didn't buy it myself. I think it retails for $55 just for this one. And I believe when I bought this at Christmas, or when I got it for Christmas, Sephora had another one for $70, and it had 3 different shades. It didn't have Luminous Light, but it had Dim Light and a couple of other ones. And actually that's probably more value for your dollar, because you're getting 3 for $70 as opposed to 1 for $55. Okay, moving on. One more highlighting palette I wanted to show you, only because this goes on, like if you really like a bright highlight, which some people do, this is the one for you. It's by Flower Beauty, and apparently it is made in Canada. So, and they don't test on animals. And correct me if I'm wrong, I thought I read somewhere that Drew Barrymore came up with this brand. I don't know if I'm right. I thought I heard that somewhere, but anyway, so this is kind of like a champagne color. That's more of a pink color, and then this is a bronze color. And I just got rid of the brush because obviously I use my own brushes, but this is the one I use, and it goes on so brilliant, and it's so soft, almost feels like a cream, but it's not. I'll show you on my hand, and like look how good that goes on. It's just so bright, so brilliant. I'll do the pink as well. So that actually looks a little pink. And then the bronzer, like the bronzy color. And that would be maybe for a darker skin tone, or if my skin is tanned in summer, I could use that and pull that off. It has a little bit of a gold shimmer to it as well. They're really pretty. And it was cheap. I think I did get it from the Ulta website in the States, but it was only maybe $16, so it was pretty cheap. Okay, moving on to, let's do eyebrow products. So I'm sorry guys, this isn't brand new. This isn't something that you haven't seen in my videos already, but anything by Anastasia, Beverly Hills, I can't say enough about this. It's the Brow Whiz. I've never actually used the brow definer. It's just a little bit thicker, but this allows you to get the smallest hair-like stroke, so it looks a lot more natural. They're absolutely tiny. Like, I can roll it up a bit for you. And the shade, like, the shade that I prefer is the medium brown, and it used to formerly be called ash brown. And I like that best because for me, if I go too warm or too brown, that doesn't even describe it properly. But I have ash colored roots and my eyebrows are an ashy color, so that shade works the best for me. And I've used a lot of different brow products by Benefit and by like even drugstore like L'Oreal and Maybelline, and none of them work as well as this one. So I love it. And the clear brow gel, I probably don't necessarily need it, but it works really well. And I can't, the only downside about brow gel, if you brush it through your brows too much after you've applied the Brow Wiz, it'll start to come off, so you just delicately do it and then it's fine. But I don't think it's a ride or die. I wouldn't say, like, if you don't have this, it's not like the end of the world, but it's nice to have if you can afford it. And we're just gonna go ahead and do mascara while we're in the brow department. So I've got two favorites right now. My mascara has changed ever since, like maybe over the past 10 years. I've gone through 5 different types of mascara that I like. And I'm not sure if you remember me saying this, but my eyelashes on my right eye always look full and gorgeous and beautiful. And then I think it's the left eye. They never seem as long after I've applied my mascara. Like, does anyone else ever have that problem? Like, I don't know what it is, but anyway, so my favorite drugstore mascara right now, currently, is the L'Oreal Luminous Feline Mascara in Blackest Black. I always get Blackest Black of anything unless I'm getting a colored mascara. And this stuff, like, I notice, and I use mascara a lot, and I do apply a lot of coats. That's why in my current videos, I actually turn off the camera and I just go for it, and then I get back. It's just, I find it dries out really fast. And maybe it's all mascaras, maybe it's just, I mean, the more you use it, obviously, the more it's going to dry out and get old. But I recommend that every 3 months you replace your mascara, even if you don't use it. But mine almost lasts only a month. Like, I go through a lot of mascara apparently. But yeah, this stuff is the bomb. Like, it's great. And it gives you really lengthening and a kind of a voluminous look. So it's really nice. And I'm not wearing that one today. I'm actually wearing the Tarte Maneater mascara just to try something different, and I had a sample of it. But my other favorite is actually by Tarte, and this is the Lights Camera Flashes. So this one is in a gold tube, and I'll show you the brush. Actually, I should compare both of the brushes. So this one is the L'Oreal brush. So it's kind of just like a really full brush, and I think that's kind of what gives you the voluminous, like the volume and the lengthening. Well, I really like that mascara. But this one, I guess it's kind of similar, but the bristles are also plastic, but they're a little bit longer. This is also a really nice mascara, and they do have a limited edition on the website that I want to get for summer because I'm such a nerd, and it has like tropical flamingos on it. It's just the same mascara, but when this one runs out, I will go get that one. And for a mascara, like a good quality one, they're $30, which you'd say, oh, that's crazy, because something like this is only $10 from Walmart. And I think I've mentioned this before, I will never get my lashes tinted again. I did have that done a long time ago. It lasted like 2 weeks, and there wasn't really a dramatic anything. And I will never get my lashes lifted, and I will also never get like the fake ones, that like the semi-permanent fake ones that you get, that girls get, because when they start falling out, your eyelashes just look terrible and you can't actually put any product on them. So I would just spend the $10 every 3 months and get myself some mascara, because it's way cheaper, and it's, you know, any other solution for longer lashes, it's never permanent because your lashes grow out so fast. So it's just, to me, it's not worth it. I forgot this little highlighter. I already did highlighters, but Mary Lou by The Balm. This one I also found on Amazon for about, I think it was $15–20, and you can't find this at Sephora or Walmart or anything like that. But I had to add this because I find myself reaching for this highlighter more often than any other highlighter, and I think it's only because it is so neutral. It's kind of like a goldy champagne color, but it goes with absolutely every look that I have like shown you guys, and anything that I've done before that even. I've never had any issues with it, and it lasts forever, and I really like that one. So I think the products that I would like to show you that are my favorites, these are the ones I reach for every day, and the ones that I find that go on my skin the best, and I love them. Okay, so I believe we have a couple more here. Almost done, I promise. Okay, so we're going in with shadow. So it's really hard to narrow down shadow palettes because there are so many really cool ones out there on the market right now. But I actually learned about this one, just the Kat Von D. It's really old. It's the Shade and Light Eye palette, the matte one, so the original palette. And again, mine's also broken, but you can kind of get a gist of what it looks like. So the shades are all matte, number one, and it gives you 3 different kind of color options. So I mean, if these were here, you'd be able to see, but this is this is definitely a warm look. And I believe one of them is just neutral and one of them is cool. So maybe this is the cool, this is the neutral. Anyhow, you can create lots of different looks, and the actual pamphlet shows you different looks that you can create. But I like it because for an everyday look, I really like a neutral eye. And I mean, before I was all about color, so maybe, 5–10 years ago, I loved putting bright sparkly colors on my lid, and I still do. For summer, like, I have some really awesome palettes I'm excited to try. But, and pardon me for my voice, you guys, I think I'm getting sick, so my voice is getting a little gravelly. But we're going to try to make it through this video. So, but this one, I will reach for it quite a bit, especially if I want a neutral look, and I really enjoy it. And I think the black is one of the best black shadows that I've ever tried, because a lot of them are very chalky and very drying, and this one blends out really, really well. So I would definitely, if you're looking for a neutral palette, I would not be alarmed, and I would not be scared of the darker colors, because they're very easy to blend out as well. Like, it does have a lot of fallout, but they're easy to blend. Okay, so kind of moving on to a more colored sparkle palettes. This one is so cool, and it's one of my favorites. It's the MAC Pretty Punk. When I first started seeing these, I ended up getting the Mischief Minx palette. And it's a very warm toned kind of autumn fall colors with some sparkle and a lot of bronze colors in there. And I really, really like it. But when I saw this one, even though I didn't see myself using the colors every day, I just fell in love and I had to get it. So this is what it looks like, you guys. Look at all the pretty colors. And I haven't even tried some of them. Like, I think I've used the teal one for a look where I had teal liner on the bottom lash. And I did the same with the green and the same with the purple. But I would like to do like a full eye look. I think it would be crazy, but you can tell. So the black isn't supposed to be sparkle, but there is sparkle in there, and I think from me mixing it with this one. But if you ever want like a really bright silver look, this is so bright and silvery. And I think even if you try to do like use it as an eyeliner and just wet your eyeliner brush and put it on the top lid, I think that would be perfect. And this one too, I don't even know what color it is. It kind of looks like a gray, kind of a brown, but I think it's multi-dimensional. So I would love to try that one out one day. We should do that just as an experiment to see what would happen. And another cheaper palette option that I really enjoy, and okay, I think there's something wrong with me and I'm kind of a nerd, but when I was in school, so I have a couple of bachelor degrees, and when I was in school for my first degree, I actually got my Bachelor of Science in Atmospheric Physics, and I'm kind of obsessed with anything about like stars and the galaxy. So when I saw this BH Cosmetics palette, It's a Supernova. Wow, I can't talk today. And the reason I love it is because all of these color options, look at them, they're so pretty. So they're very sparkly. None of them are mattes, but I love it because I think one of my favorite things to do is take a sparkle color and wet it, first of all, and apply it to your lid and just saturate your whole lid and then blend out from there. But I think for summer, if you had like a really bright orange or red or a bright yellow, I think that would be so pretty just to kind of go for a pop of color. If you're running to the grocery store, it's the first thing people are going to see. They're going to say like, wow, your eyes look so cool. So I think that's why I got it. And I do have two more. Okay, I have to show you now that I mentioned it. But again, these are both different. They're all different colors. This is the Solar Flare. So it's mostly, oh, they're so pretty, you guys. I love this. I love showing it off. They're very sparkly, but this one's mostly yellow because like Solar Flare to do with the sun. And then this is the first one I ever got was the Galaxy Chick. I like this one too. But some of the swirled colors, you can't really tell what color it would be. Like this one with the blue in it is actually, I think it's more of a brown. So anyway, but those are them. And then there is one more on the market. I can't remember the name of it right now. I think it's something to do with the Northern Lights, but I'm looking to get that one as well. Only because I'm a nerd, you know, it has something to do with the stars, so had to get it. Okay, so the last three products I actually have for you guys. This is a lipstick I'm wearing now, and I have a lot of different types of lipstick. And a long time ago, I wasn't really a fan of like the liquid matte lipsticks because when you put them on, they feel very drying and cloying and just kind of uncomfortable. And I haven't really found a great matte lipstick. I mean, the first rule about makeup, you have makeup on, you do not touch your face because your makeup will come off. So anything that isn't matte or anything that isn't 24 hours, it'll eventually just kind of start to break down and fade anyway. But I'm going to show you, like, this lipstick is not matte. It's kind of it kind of looks semi-matte, but it's actually like a comfortable, like regular lipstick. And it's the Tarte Color Splash Lipstick Island Life. And they all come in this container. So I have three different colors, but this is Island Life. And it's kind of a mauve shade. But it's still neutral. Like, it goes with this neutral look that I'm wearing right now. And they're very comfortable. And let me just see what other colors I have here. So this one's Miami Vice. I think I've only worn it once, but it's like this really deep red, which is so pretty. And then I have Surf's Up, which is also kind of a mauve color, but it's a little bit brighter, and it's also really pretty. So those are also from Sephora, I believe, but they're really comfortable. And but you will have to remember to reapply because they don't always stay on. To kind of go along with that, the only lip liners, so I mean, I've tried lip liners from L'Oreal, but I haven't really, I would never invest money in a lip liner from an expensive brand, only because lip liners are just, they're pretty basic. So in the past, I've usually used Avon because I used to sell Avon, but the Milani Color Statement lip liner, and the only two shades I have the red one as well, but I have the 09 Spice, which is this shade here, and then I have the 04 Natural, and they go with most of the color lipsticks I have. I do have the red one just in case I want to wear a bright red lip, but other than that, those are my three staple colors. And you can actually purchase, like, I don't know if Milani has this, but you can purchase clear lip liners as well. And all it does is gives your lips that barrier so your lipstick doesn't come out the sides like you'll see a lot of times. And it kind of gives your lips like a guide for where the lipstick needs to go and kind of a base so your lipstick doesn't, like, it'll last longer. Kind of the same idea as primer for your face. So the last two products, lip gloss and setting spray. So the lip gloss, I love this lip gloss. I will never use another like fancy lip gloss again. I wear this on its own a lot of the time, and it's the Buxom Full On Plumping Lip Polish. This shade is Samantha. It's actually my favorite because it's so neutral and not really beige, but it does give your lips like a little bit of a lighter color. It's very sparkly, very minty, and it does plump them. So it actually doesn't really, to me, like I don't notice like a visual change in my lips, but the way it feels is so nice. And it's a lot of the times, like if I'm wearing a darker eye look, or if I just don't want to have the upkeep of a lipstick all night, I'll wear this. It's a lot easier to apply. You don't have to go to like look in a mirror to apply it. You just put it on, and that stuff is amazing. And there are so many different colors. I only have 4 or 5 of the colors, but there are so many different ones to choose from, and I highly, highly recommend this lip gloss. It's amazing. Just don't eat it, because if like say you just put it on, you just applied it, and then you eat something and it goes down the back of your throat, your throat will start to tingle. So just be aware of that. So my last favorite product that I want to show you is the setting spray. This is the Morphe setting spray. It's a continuous mist, which just means when you press down on the button and you spray your face, it'll just continually spray until you let go of the button. So this is really, really nice because it's a very fine spray, and a lot of the times, like say for instance the MAC Fix Plus, I use that a lot of times to wet my brush to apply my eyeshadow. You'll pump a couple of sprays onto your face and you'll notice this big like white, like wet glob in one area. So you have to be quick when you move it around your face. But this stuff, you don't get that problem. It's so fine, and it goes on so gently and so nice, and it's relatively cheap. It's only $20. You can buy it on the Sephora website and in Sephora, and this stuff is really, really awesome. I actually just finished mine, so it looks like I'll have to get a new one. But yeah, this stuff is amazing. So anyway, that's it for my favorite list, you guys. I know this video took way longer than I thought it would, and I will be making a favorite skincare video and also a favorite brushes, or maybe not favorite brushes, but the brushes that I think that every woman needs when you're applying your makeup. And I think that would be very beneficial, and also how to use said brushes, because a lot of times you're looking at this brush and they look very, very similar, and you're like, well, what's the difference? Like, why do I need this brush over this brush? So I think in the next few months, if I do come across new products that have become my favorites, we'll do another one of these videos, and I'll just update you going forward, and just to see what kind of new products are on the market and which ones are really great and work well and which ones aren't so great. So if you have any questions, please feel free to leave comments. I love feedback, so anything you have to say to me would be great. Please keep it positive though. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Give this video a thumbs up, and please subscribe if you haven't done so already. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.